Is your home holding you hostage? Are you tired of opening and closing the pool, mowing the yard, snow shoveling, managing stairs? It's all getting harder, right? Well, there's some great options for 55 and older communities across the valley, and I'm gonna take you there. We're gonna start off at Windrest Villa. This is a fantastic location on the west side of town. So we are west of 56th Avenue. One of the fabulous features about this community is walking distance to this very charming mall called the Chalet Mall. This is a 55 and older community. It's a long horseshoe shaped community. They're all a little bit different. It is older. They do have a small clubhouse and they have sport courts there. So not a big HOA here. In fact, I believe it's between $300 and $400 a month, and it is going to include trash and irrigation water. You pay all your other utilities. Very affordable. These are smaller units. They're gonna be like 2 bedrooms, some are 3 bedroom, but anywhere from 1,200 square feet to 1,700 square feet. So it could be a big downsize for you. Location is a 10. As we continue to move east, so now I've gone from about 58th and Lincoln, now we're gonna move east towards town. We're gonna come up to another highly desirable community. It's called Summit View Country. This is one of Yakima's premier 55 and older communities. Most of the properties in there are standalone homes, and some are common wall, or they share a garage wall between them. They're up on a little knoll, so a lot of the newer units have big valley views and incredible views of Mount Adams. It's an active community. They have a gorgeous pool, a huge clubhouse, sport courts, walking paths. It's secure and safe. It is hard to find a unit in here, but when they come on, they typically go fast. What I will tell you is the majority of these were built in the 1980s and into the early 1990s. Some have been updated and some could use a big update, but the roofs are done. The HOA is really strong. They are financially secure. This is also an excellent location. You could walk to amenities, but not as easily as the first one, but really a terrific community. We're gonna hop over. As you'll see, we're about 3 of the ones I'm mentioning are on the west side of town. This is off of 51st and Summit View. It's called the Georgian Estates, I believe. It's like a long horseshoe like this. There's not that many homes. Some are standalone and some, again, are common wall. They're all one level, which is extremely desirable, especially as we get over 55, right? But this one has no amenities, except that they take care of snow removal. It does have a nice sidewalk for walking. It is close to all the amenities on the west side. However, you're not gonna have a clubhouse, so if you're a party person, this may not be your spot, right? But it does have safety and security as well. They're all brick, they have tile roofs, so the HOA fee here, again, is really quite low. You're just covering your irrigation and snow removal in there. A lot of the HOA fees, just something to keep in mind, are really based on the square footage of the condo unit. So if you have a bigger unit, your HOA is going to be more than, say, somebody with 1,200 square feet, just to give you an idea. I want to take you clear to the other side of town. Now we're in an area called Terrace Heights. This development is only about 20 years old, and a lot of the homes are actually much newer, 10 years or less. And it's called Quail Run. It's a gated community off of 41st and Terrace Heights Drive. They're mostly manufactured homes in there. You'd never be able to tell. Honestly, they're very high quality, well done homes in there. There's also a mix of stick-built homes. They have sidewalks there as well. They take care of the snow removal. They do have a small clubhouse. It is a big walking neighborhood. It's a pretty active community, but you're also gonna have to jump in your car to go anywhere. The grocery store down the road a bit is a Walmart, or you would go more into town to either Safeway or Fred Meyer, for example. So it's more of a, you've got to drive to go to get to amenities compared to some of the ones on the west side of town. And lastly, I want to be sure to mention there's another community that's on water. It's called Willow Lake. It is the only community, 55 and older community, on water. We have 2 lakes in Yakima. They're both man-made. This one is Willow Lake. They are all condoed in there. It is a 55 and older gated community. If you are a social butterfly and you like to play pickleball and swim in a pool and play bridge and go to parties, this is the place to live. I'll tell you what, there's always a waiting list for anything that comes on the market in there. Aside from the fact they're really beautiful condos, most of them honestly have been updated. And they have all these little inlets in there of like a little inlet and water features and so forth, so your backyard backs up to them. The negative of this, there's no fences. You can wave to your neighbor across from the inlet. So it's a little bit different privacy there, not a lot if you enjoy being outside, but the setting is really beautiful. Again, you're driving to services, you're driving to the grocery store, you're driving to your favorite restaurant, all those sort of things. However, you have really easy access to the highway here. It's so desirable. It's a beautiful, fun place. We'll be sure to give you some images from there as well. When you're considering moving into a community, a 55 and older community, it's really important to look at what are the HOA fees, what do they include, and most importantly, non-negotiable, how strong is this HOA? There were some condo developments here that didn't have a good bank balance, and when there was time for a new roof or making some major repairs, they didn't have the cash and would have to do special assessments. And nobody wants a surprise bill. With each of the ones that I've described in this video, I feel really good about what their HOA strength is. I've sold many units in each of these communities and can speak into more depth on each of them if it's something you would like to explore. Some have stairs, some do not. Some have garages, some do not. Some have guest parking, some do not. So all of these things, as you're looking at downsizing so that you don't have to take care of everything, it's important to look at what really matters to me. Do I need a lot of guest parking because I have company all the time? Do I need a place to entertain and have my friends, right? Or are you more like a Netflix gal and you just want to hang out at home and watch movies? Then there's that option available to you too. So there are several 55 and older communities available to you across the Yakima Valley. I can tell you they're in big demand, and when they come on the market, you would want to jump quickly. So some people really balk at HOA and they're so concerned, oh my God, they have HOAs. Hey, there is so much positive about an HOA when it really does keep an eye and hold everyone to a standard of condition of their property, as well as making sure everything is cared for. So no one's home is gonna fall into disrepair because the association is responsible for maintaining the property. Another thing I want you to consider is the cost. If you've been living in a single family home, you're paying for yard care, you're having the neighbor kid come and shovel the snow, you got a pool guy, you're opening and closing your pool, you're taking care, you might have a house cleaner because your home's so large. You have all of these added expenses, and honestly, if you took the time to add all that up and then you subtracted it from the HOA fee, I truly believe you would be leaps and bounds ahead. Your utility expense alone would be dramatically reduced. These properties are not huge. They're a lot smaller than I'm gonna guess where you're living right now, and they have a lot more energy efficiencies because of the way they're built in the community. So all things to really consider. HOAs are not a bad thing, and I think they sometimes get a bad rap, but know that it really secures your investment into one of these homes. Serving this community, those of us that are downsizing and simplifying, it is my absolute joy. I've had the opportunity to help a lot of people transition from their great big homes down to this simpler lock and leave lifestyle. And it would be my joy to help you through this process. Know that I've got an incredible team that will help you sort and pack, get rid of stuff, donate, help you through the emotional transition between a big house and a small house, whatever your needs are. I've got an incredible team just ready there to help you. So please reach out, hit the subscribe button. I'm here to support you and take you through this journey.